Thank you so much, Karen. That was wonderful. So this takes us to the next part of our program, and I think this is the part that most people have come for, besides the networking this evening. But again, I just want to welcome you all here and also recognise the traditional landowners of the place where this meeting is taking place. For our international guests, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to our home, Melbourne, the most livable city in the world, I believe 7 years or 6 years in a row. To my fellow Melburnians here this evening, take pride in the city that we live in. It boasts so many reasons to put a smile on your face that it would take a very long time to go through all of them. But the IEEE Presidential Delegation and Board of Directors visit to Melbourne is not a coincidental one. Melbourne and Victoria are the heart of Australia's economy, and Melbourne is the city of smarts, advanced manufacturing, advanced biomedical engineering, largest infrastructural, and most recently a hotspot for Internet of Things companies, products and services. Again, my name is Custovic, and I am a very proud member of the IEEE. I'm also a proud member of Engineers Australia, our homegrown organisation. But I'm the chair of the IEEE Victorian section, which is by many considered the most influential and most active section in Australia, with no disrespect to our fellow IEEE members in other states. Its history can be traced back to the mid-1970s and has since gone from strength to strength. Today, the section boasts about 2,000 members, and it fluctuates around that mark, with over a dozen technical chapters, 3 affinity groups, including women in engineering, young professionals, and life members. However, tonight is not about boasting regarding the IEEE Victorian section. We're here to discuss a very serious theme that will impact all of society, regardless of which field of interest you have. We are fortunate enough to have so many distinguished global technology experts here with us this evening from all over the world, but also some of the best Australia has to offer. This is a rare opportunity for professionals in Melbourne to interact with leading industry experts. I am delighted to have the opportunity to chair this discussion that will help answer important career questions for many of the young people here, but also about future of work, in particular engineering jobs at risk in the next 5 years. Disruptive innovations are creating new industries and business models and destroying the old ones. New technologies, data analytics, and social networks are having a huge impact on how people communicate, collaborate, and work. As generations collide, workforces become more diverse and people work longer. Traditional career models are starting to change and may be a thing of the past. Many of the roles and job titles of tomorrow will be the ones that we haven't even thought about today. There will be a major shift away from the thinking that we learn one profession, have one job and stay in it for decades. In fact, it's already occurred in my career that people are starting to jump careers in every 2 or 3 years. In fact, it's fair to say that that radical change revolution has already begun. But let's not be afraid of change, let's embrace it. At the beginning of the century, Ray Kurzweil, the futurist and chief engineer at Google, predicted that 20,000 years of progress would be crammed into the next 100. If anything, the progress and change have accelerated even faster than that. A recent study conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers surveyed 10,000 members of the general population based in China, Germany, India, the UK, and the United States, and showed that 60% of the people that were surveyed thought that a breakthrough in technology were the most responsible for the change in jobs in the next 5 to 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, please join me in a round of applause to welcome all of our panel experts tonight. So I'm going to introduce you one by one. If you can just grab a seat on the stage wherever you prefer. So Karen Bartleson I've already introduced, thank you. I'll introduce Barry Shoop, the immediate past president of the IEEE. Barry is a professor of electrical engineering and the head of department, electrical engineering and computer sciences at the US Military Academy at West Point. During his tenure at West Point, he has served in a number of leadership positions, including Director of Electrical Engineering Program and Director of the Photonics Research Center. President-elect Jim Jefferies. Jim has worked at AT&T and Lucent Technologies for 33 years in engineering and executive positions, including fiber optic cable development and manufacturing, quality assurance, and supply chain management. He managed the engineering teams that delivered the first commercial fiber optic cables for AT&T. He has also worked in the entrepreneurial sector as Chief Operating Officer for USBuild.com in San Francisco, California. Now I'd like to invite Dejan Milojicic, the Industry Engagement Chair of the IEEE. Dejan is a distinguished technologist at Hewlett-Packard Labs and Managing Director for Open Cirrus, a consortium of 9 sites around the world, sponsored by HP, Intel, and Yahoo. This work contributes to HP products and strategy in cloud computing research, in academia, and industry. He has worked in an area of operating system, distributed systems, and mobility for more than 20 years. Our next guest is Mukesh Mohania, Distinguished Engineer and Master Inventor at IBM Research Australia. Mukesh is an IBM Distinguished Engineer at IBM Australia and is currently working in the area of cognitive data analytics. He has worked extensively in the areas of information management or autonomous computing. His work in these areas has led to development of new products, also influenced several existing IBM products. Mukesh has received several awards within IBM, such as the Best of IBM, Excellence in People Management, Outstanding Innovation Award, Outstanding Technical Achievement Award, Leadership by Doing, and so many more. I'd like to invite John Rowland, Managing Director and co-owner of Unico Computer Systems. John is the Managing Director of Unico Computer Systems, a leading IT services company that is trusted by some of Australia's largest organisations to solve complex business problems in a fast-paced digital economy. He has worked over 30 years in leading innovative technology companies in the Asia-Pacific region. John holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree from RMIT University and completed a Masters of Engineering at RMIT where he studied, awarded Vickers Ruwalt and Dr. Harry Island scholarships. Our last guest to the panel, not least, is again homegrown talent, President of the Victorian Division Engineers Australia, Mr. Chris Stoltz. Chris is a civil engineer who has extensive experience in engineering, information technology, geospatial information system, water utilities, agribusiness, manufacturing, non-for-profit and regional development. His CEO roles have included Water Utility, one of Australia's largest social welfare charities, and a specialist in geospatial IT companies serving the major utilities in Australia and New Zealand. May also add that Chris was the former mayor of Bendigo, a city that is close to our hearts with a big manufacturing centre. Currently, in addition to his role with Engineers Australia, Chris is Managing Director of Spatial Partners assisting NBN Design and Construction Partners. Once again, please join me in thanking the guys for being here with us today and also a very warm welcome before we start our panel discussion.